Hello everyone, we are back. It's the new update. I know I'm a couple of days late, but we are going to be playing a lot of this, I am sure. Here is what's new. Entirely new descriptions, names, and sub-descriptions for all items. 3 new items, shop weights, cleanse shop, and random consecutive die. New analytic mode, expanded view, and zooming in and out is centered upon the cursor. Some balance upgrades, some things have been removed, some things have been changed. Items removed from the game, all of this stuff, and full patch notes are available on the Discord, and if you don't know, the button for the Discord is that one right there. Here is the current state of the leaderboard. Sure, we'll see some familiar names up here. We've got Iljil, I'm so sorry. We've got Header. Sure, I should know more of these names from Discord and stuff, but let's go. We are 341st with a score of 0, so maybe that's how many scores have been posted so far. But we're going to hop in here and see how the early game has changed. Now, of course, we have our die. We have 2,500 rolls and our starting score of 0. Resolution good, VSync, full screen, click on increment, performance maximum, analytic mode is on, and transitions are fastest. That's how I like it. Let's see what's happening in our shop. So we can see add 1 adds 1 to the number shown on a numeric face. A numeric face is a numbered face 1 through 99. So things are going to be a lot clearer. I'm going to work hard to make sure I'm reading descriptions. When you're rolling for something, if you don't already know, you have a flag over here. You can right-click something, and then as you're rolling up to the value of that item, it will automatically stop you when you get to it. So we are applying a +1. We're going to put that on this numeric 6, and we're just going to build that up until we get to a numeric 97, because numeric 97 is the largest prime number that we can get under 99, because 99 is where the numeric faces cap out. So we'll stick all those on there. After 12 it goes from being pips to actual numbers. Then we can refresh the shop here. Only 1 shop refresh. I thought that went up to 3 previously. I'm not sure if that's another rebalance or if something changed. And what we can see now is when we're over here we have a slightly different font for our what's it, Majigger? The mode, the thing that tells you the analytics. That's it. That's the word, analytics. It's now got a white hue around all of the font. We will pick up a attached 2x reroller. Attaches a 2x reroller to a die face. Rerolls the die it is attached to 2 times when this is rolled. Bottom left modifier. So we will throw that on probably the 1 on the die, just so that when we do roll a 1, we can average it out with the bigger numbers. We've purchased all that stuff. Back to here. I'm going to avoid the incrementer. Obviously, we can make 1 number larger as we go, but then we have to change something about that die in order to get it to not go all the way up to 99, which is what I would not want, because 99 is larger than 97. So we're just going to keep on doing this. I won't cut it in the early episodes after the update, but sometimes I will just pause the recording here and skip over this bit, because you only need to watch me roll up to a 97 so many times before you really understand the premise. I always try and typically buy the cheapest thing first, so that the value gained from the cheap thing makes it easier to get to each subsequent more expensive thing on each round of the shop. This tier of shop is what I call tier 1. There are 5 total tiers. So over here you can upgrade the shop. You can upgrade the shop 4 times. And after 4 upgrades, the shop upgrade button locks itself. And so we're currently on tier 1, and then every time you increase a tier, you unlock more things that you can buy in the shop. and you get 1 extra dice to roll without having to purchase anything extra from the shop. So we're going to take these 2 rerolls here, stick them up on the 2, because that is our other lowest value face. And in not too much more time, we should have a 97 on one of our die, and then we can start thinking about upgrading, doing things differently. We'll take another 2 times modifier, put that on the 3. In an ideal world, we would see enough 2 times modifiers, 2 times reroll modifiers, to have the entire die covered with them before we upgrade. But if we don't, that's fine, we'll pick up some other rerollers later. So that's 80, 84. We just want to make sure we don't accidentally go too large and end up going over 97. Now, in the past, I used to go to 2 97s, but I generally don't bother with that anymore. I find 1 is sufficient, and I'm not here to min-max every single minimal decision to try and increase score here. So 92. That's interesting. Left clicking now puts the flag on something if you don't have enough points for it. That's an update I had not read or noticed, but that is handy. Right, so we can get a +4 onto a 93, gives us the 97 we want. And then the question is, am I going to reroll a bunch of times looking for 1 more reroll for the 97 face? Seems like I am going to. And this will be where we don't find it. A single roll will be fine. So with that done, we're going to upgrade to the 2nd tier of shop. And then we still have the same stuff here, but once we refresh once more, then we have this whole new row of stuff available to us. And the stuff on the top row has changed slightly. So we now have locks that are 200 locks rather than... what were they 200 and 500 before? Or were they 100 and 500 before? I can't remember, but I think one of them has changed. But none of this is stuff I want. And traditionally, I basically skip over the 2nd tier of shop entirely. So I'm going to continue to do that. We will refresh up to the next tier of shop. And now what I want to find here is a ×4 stack multiplier. And the other thing I would look for is 6 times rerolls, but we already have rerolls on this whole dice, so I'm not too worried about that right now. Here, though, we do have one of the new things that is available, a shop weight. After purchasing a shop weight, the next item purchased from the shop that is not a passive ability will be more likely to appear in the shop's stock in the future. Can be applied to the same item multiple times. So if I was doing a run where I was trying to get, say, lots and lots of dice, I could buy this, then buy this add 2 dice, and then the add 2 dice would be more likely to appear in subsequent shop refreshes. So that could be very handy moving forward. Now, this ×3 here will probably be sufficient on that 97. We already have plenty of rerolls, so I'm now going to upgrade to our 4th tier of shop. And then when we refresh, we now have passives. Now, factor 50 multiplier has changed from what was factor 18 multiplier. So it multiplies the value of all dice by 50 divided by the total number of dice in play, rounds down to the nearest whole number. So before, when it was 18, you had to have at least 4 dice to get to this tier of shop. So 18 divided by 4 was a 4 multiplier, and then if you got up to 9 dice, it was a 2 multiplier, and then anything after that, the passive became basically useless at that point. But right now, we're going to have a lot more freedom to be able to use this in interesting ways. But I'm not going to buy it yet, because I don't want my score increasing too fast because the cost of things in the shop directly correlates to the number of points you have scored already in the game. So I don't want to inflate how much I've scored now ahead of what I want to achieve later. So now the question becomes, what do I want to do with this run? Because I hadn't really put too much thought into it. That's interesting. A new lottery face. Lottery total roll multiplier. Replace a die face with a lottery total roll multiplier. When rolled, this face has a 33% chance to be worth 1/36th of all other dice in the roll. 1/36th times the value of all other dice. Fixed, however, this face can receive the effects from passives that apply specifically to lottery faces. Now, what I am going to pick up here is this 10x multiplier, and I'm going to stick that on the 97 that I've already purchased a multiplier for. No, I'm not. I'm going to stick it on this 1 here, because we can then set all the faces on this die to be 97. So we'll get the benefit of the 97 and the times 3, and then the 97 and the times 10. Nearly made that whole die all 1s. I very nearly did. I'm also going to pick up this prime bonus for 300% extra value, because these 97s are all primes, and so that's going to increase our scoring a bit here in the early game, but that will probably be one of the few passives I pick up this early. So what I would like to see are some shop refresh adders and some 50% chance of getting 100 on some of the lottery faces, because in the past I've had most success getting high scores with lottery builds, and so I don't see why I wouldn't try that from the get-go just to see if I can't excel myself up the leaderboards early. Don't think we need any of this stuff. So now it's going to be a lot of re-rolling to see if we can find the stuff we want. There is one of them. Shop refresh generator. Replace a die face with a shop refresh generator. Every 50 times this face is rolled, it will increase the number of free shop refreshes by 1. Yes, please, and thank you. I'm going to stick that right there. Now I want to get that die re-rolling in triplicates if possible. I'm also going to grab lucky 7s while we're looking at it. Lottery faces that are orthogonally adjacent to a numeric 7 or 77 are twice as likely to be successful. Additionally, numeric 7s and 77s are worth 77 times more when orthogonally adjacent to a 4-leaf clover. So buying this now isn't going to increase our scoring capability very much at all, but it's going to be useful when we do start picking up lottery faces later on. There is a 4-leaf clover. I don't think I need that very much right now. But what I do want is another shop refresh adder. We'll stick that there. And I'll pick up a void as well. Replace the die face with a void. When this face is not rolled, it doubles the value of whichever face is rolled, otherwise has no value. Fair face. A die with a fair face on it cannot be weighted. If a fair face is added to a weighted die, all weights will be removed. So we're going to put that just on here and make those other 97s more valuable. I'm also going to pick up lucky rerolls. When a lottery face is rerolled, it's twice as likely to be successful. Again, not something that's going to impact our score immediately, but something that will be useful later. We're going to get that rerolling in triplicate, so we get more shop refreshes. And because it's so cheap, I will pick up a clover and stick that on here as well. Don't think we want any more of these, so that's a 300 lock. We've seen 200 locks and 300 locks. I think it's possibly that the 300 has replaced the 500. I can't specifically recall. There is another shop refresh generator. I will keep grabbing those as we find them. No problem with that. I'll grab another 10x multiplier as well for another one of my 97s here. Now, the thing I should be looking for down here is lottery dice, because lottery dice will have a bunch of the faces that I do want to see on them. Also seeing multiple voids this early is unexpected. In runs prior, I had lots of trouble finding sufficient amounts of voids for the things I wanted. But so far, that's fine. I'm going to grab a left sum die. Stick that over here. Eventually, I'd like to have 2 full dice of left sum and right sum. I'm going to grab this die of 77s. Obviously, we picked up the passive earlier relating to when a lottery face is next to a 77, it has a higher chance of working. So we will want that. Did this arrow get a new little flourish? As it comes out, it spins around now. X-Ray, I see the little flourishes. They are noticed. They are appreciated. X-Ray, of course, is the solo dev that makes roll, if you didn't know. He's always around on the Discord, if you ever want to say hi. Anything else I want from right here? I don't think so. BOGO is generally regarded as quite good. Buy one, get one free. Whenever you purchase an item in the shop, another cheaper item will have its cost reduced to 1. This ability may be purchased more than once. For each BOGO purchased, an additional item will be made free. So we'll pick up one of those. That made this 10% at 1000 lottery face cheaper, although I'm not really interested in it. I will grab a right face though. As much as I... Actually, I'm going to buy a random die of other numbers so that I have somewhere else to put this. Ultimately, I want to get to 25 dice. That is the plan. This is another type of new die. Add random consecutive die. Add a random consecutive die, and the consecutive numbers will be 6 numbers on that die, with each face going consecutively as you count up. So that's going to be great when we try and make big runs on other occasions. That 5 was worth 1 because of BOGO, so pick that up. There's our first 50% chance at 100. I definitely want a whole bunch of these, so we're going to throw that down there. There's another void as well. Let's throw that on here. Anything else that we want? We don't need another 77. I don't need a die with 5 voids on it. I don't need to set full faces of anything. If we had something that we really wanted to buy right now, we could shop weight, especially if we were doing something like trying to build a full run. We could put shop weight on set all die faces, and then that's going to make it easier to set all the die faces that we want as you get up to the higher numbers. Right, I'm going to start adding rerolls and triplicate to stuff as well as we find it. Failed lottery reroll. When a lottery face is not successful, it will be rerolled 3 additional times. We will pick that up. There's a lottery die. You can see the full demo of what those... Oh, example die faces. So it doesn't tell you exactly which die faces you're going to get, perhaps? No, it does. There's just not 2 clovers on it anymore. Is that right? A die... Oh, if I would just read descriptions. A die with random standard lottery faces on it. All 6 faces, example die faces. So, yeah, if I would have read it, I would have known that it has random faces on it. So did we get what we wanted? We got 1 50% chance at 100, which is not great. But, you know, we will continue to press on. There's a 50% chance at 100. Stick that right there. We need at least 1 full die of those, and that's going to need to be located next to the die full of 7s, or 77s in this instance. That's going to be important later. Now, ultimately, we want to build up to a 5x5 grid of dice, because 5x5 is a square number, so we'll get some bonuses for that down the line. And so we currently have 8 dice. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice, counting. So we do need a fair few more. So let's pick up a few extra just so that we can manipulate things around as we want to. Let's see, there's another 50% chance at 100. That's good. We'll get some more re-rollers going somewhere. Eventually we should be able to get a passive that gives us re-rolls on all of our dice, but that's for down the line. There's another shop refresh adder. I will happily grab that, stick that up here with those. Do we need more voids? Well, this die is going to be, eventually, a 1% chance at 77,777, a 50% chance at 100, and a 10 times previous roll multiplier. So we don't need any more voids there in the center die. So I think that is fine for now. I will take a 10x discounted and stick that on here though. There's another right sum face. I do want that. As I said, I want a full die of those eventually. Obviously they don't need to be where that one is currently located, but down the line we will manipulate where they sit. Don't think I want any of this either. At some point we'll need to upgrade our shop again, but that time is not quite yet. There is another shop refresh adder, another right arrow sum or left sum that goes on that die. I'll grab a die of 10s because we do want 25 in all eventually. Now I'm not entirely sure how much of what else we want to see on this tier of shop is going to be here, but I will grab another die of lottery faces and then we can swap a face to where we actually want it to be. So that's going to come from up here down to there, and then we've got one more 50% chance at 100 over here. Bad luck on these, only getting two 50% chance at 100s out of 12 die faces, but that's fine, it is what it is. There's another shop refresh generator. So that is a full dice of those. I'm not going to worry about that any longer. We can move this 50% chance at 100 to here. I could buy the other really cheap stuff, I suppose. It's not going to hurt anything, although I'm just not going to mess with it because it's going to screw with my brain later. Another sum there. Then I don't think we want any of this stuff. Cleanse shop. Removes all shop weights everywhere. Any item affected by a shop weight that is currently in the shop will have its cost reduced to 1. Additionally, all future shop weights will be more effective. Every shop weight purchased makes this item more likely to appear. Can be purchased more than once. That's interesting. So if the way I read that first time is right, it means that you can make stuff heavier, cleanse the shop, make stuff heavier again, and you can kind of perpetually cycle yourself into more stuff. Perhaps. Right. Don't think we want any more of that. How are we actually doing on our build? We've got our voids, we've got some of our arrows, we've got our 77s, we've nearly got a die of 50% chance at 100s completed. I think I'm going to try and finish this die. I'm going to try and get 2 more 50% chance at 100s before we upgrade to the next shop. There's one of them. And then we just need one more. Is there anything I want to move from one die face to another? I don't think so. I would take a lottery die at this point. There's one. Although we don't even need it because we can just buy the one face. So I'm going to stick this just over here for now. We can move it where we want it to be later. I'll take a 2x, stick it on a 77 because it's free. And now I think we will upgrade our shop again. There's our free die. We refresh. So now this is locked. There are no more shop upgrades to acquire. So now we just have to focus on finding the things that we want to find, which is going to be hopefully easier rather than harder. I think my brain wanted to go with easier said than done, but then I screwed it up. What else do we want? None of this. Right. Immediately, we have a shop weight and a 1% 77 all the 7s lottery face. So, after purchasing a shop weight item, the next purchased item from the shop, which is not a passive ability, will be more likely to appear in the shop stock. So let's do that. We'll buy this. That shows us that it's applied, which is very nice. Then we will buy that, and we will stick it here. Unfortunately, the rest of this, I'm beginning to think that I might have kind of fundamentally built this whole build from the ground up in a poor manner. But it's too late for that. We're just going to have to roll with what we've got and see how we do. Add a standard die for 1, sure. Now, is there a die I would really like to copy? Not really. For 4.2 million. How many die do we have? We have a full row of 5 here. So that's important because if we get to 25 dice, this center row is going to be 5 wide and only ever 5 wide. So what we can do is swap this die of arrows to the outside edge whilst we're looking at that. Another 50% chance at 100. I will stick just there because I can for right now. I'm just debating whether I want to duplicate something that I'm currently looking at. I guess what we can do, if we buy this guy, a non-standard multiplier, and we'll take the square quantity bonus. If the total quantity of die in play is a square number, hopefully 25 is what we're working towards, the value of all dice will be increased by 200%. So we currently have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm not going to buy it because we're going to pass through 16 before we get to 25, and I don't want to receive the extra score on 16 before we get to 25, inflating how much stuff in the shop is going to cost. So how many rolls is 4.2 million? Not too many. Give me a copy of this. We've got a good number of refreshes now, and so what we're going to want to do after this is, tell you what, give me another shop weight, and I'm going to put it on a face swap here because we're going to have to do a lot of face swapping. So lottery face with all the 7s, 777. Swap with that guy. 10% chance at a 12th. That is what this die is working towards, so we'll grab that. We might need to pick up some more passives. Our scoring potential is costing us quite a lot of rolls to get to where I want to be with what we're purchasing. I'll get a standard die, that won't hurt us. Is there something I want to swap? don't think so. I do need to move my 77s at my next convenience, though. Alright, add duplicate dice is good if we can find something we want to specifically duplicate. I also really want additive attached multipliers. Attached multipliers no longer replace existing attached multipliers. Instead, when placed on the same die face, they will be added together up to times 99. That's going to be something we definitely want. So let's grab a die swap first. We're going to put these arrows over there. Then I need another die swap. I need to make sure these 77s are next to this die of 50% chance at 100s. Then we'll take additive attached multipliers. So that was 4 million, give or take. Do I want to pay 16 million to duplicate this or this? I mean, I could duplicate that and then I'd have 6 right arrows. That would be one fewer thing to worry about. It's just a lot of rolls to do it right now, because I haven't bought many passives yet. So then we can start decanting those over. I'll buy the 10x, just stick it up here. That can be a high scoring face. I'm not going to do another duplicate right now. There is a 7-7, all the 7s. We want that. I want the sum over here. What else do we want? We now need to try and build one of these 97s up to times 99. That's going to be important. How many dice are we up to? 15, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. There's another one of those. I need that. I need to find some more passives that are the ones that are going to increase scoring now, I think. Don't need that. Although, actually, I am going to grab it in case we can get triple faces of this going down the line. Prime bonuses for 500% more. Adequate for our 97s being worth 5 times as much. Slot machine. When a lottery face is rolled with an adjacent lottery face on its left and right, it will be worth 10 times more if successful. Additionally, allows lottery faces to receive the effects of attached multipliers. This is a big one for us. It's quite important in the grand scheme of things. Nearly halfway through our rolls now. Give me a shop weight on a ×4 since I'm looking at it, just so we'll get more of those that we can apply. Don't need you, don't want you. Adds the total quantity of dice in play to all numeric faces. Additive effect. Additive effect, a passive ability which adds to the result of a die occurring before all other percentage-based and multiplicative passive abilities. Right, so give me 10x more on you. Is there anything in the wrong place right now? Yes, I want to move this die of bonus lotteries into this center line. Then I don't need any more of this. And another one of those we do want, especially we also want lottery bonus plus 500% bonus. And I think we want top 3. It's one I always debate myself on because it has diminishing returns after a certain point. I'm going to grab it right now though. We're going to need more scoring right now if we're going to keep up with our current pace. Does anything need to be moved from its current location? I don't think so. We've got more shop refreshes than we could ever worry about. No 99s reroll. If no numeric 99s are rolled, the dice will be rerolled 2 times. This is really good. This is one of the things that we kind of need to get universal rerolls going. But it's 278 million. And I want triple rerolls for no weights, which I think is going to be more important to find long term. Oh look, triple rerolls for no weights. That is very good to see. Now, it's going to be very expensive, but we're just going to have to suck it up and deal with it. Then we want another one of those, building up over there. Now we don't need 2 times rerollers because everything is rerolling in triplicate, which is lush. Give me doubles bonus as well. You can see now we're scoring much higher just because on account of every dice rolling 3 times. That's good for us. For each type of group effect, if you roll exactly one group, the value of all dice in the group will be increased by 500%. So that's triples, doubles, Yahtzees, and the like. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to grab a face swap for another one of these. That's that die done in its entirety. Immune 99s. Numeric 99s are immune to the effects of diarises and viral die quantity multipliers. Well, we're not going to be using this, but by purchasing it for the cost of 1, it will remove it from the pool. So we can't see it again when we refresh, which is good. We also need more right sums. So we'll stick that there. I want 2 X's because I want to get that number up to 99. Right, are we past 16 dice now? 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're not. We could be if I bought one more die immediately. I'm gonna pass on that because there's limited number of dice we can buy before we reach a 25 die cap, and there's other things I want to do with my die purchasing before we get there. Fortunately, we have heaps of shop refreshes that we can use to find stuff as we need it. I will pick up Yahtzees for 500%. It's expensive, but hopefully it will be worth it. Another review makes a full dice here. That's important. We'll grab 3x more for that. Don't want you, don't want you. Don't think I need to move any dice for anything here. I guess what I can do, since this costs me 1, I can put this die here with the left sum facing just there, because then it's going to do slightly more than if it was on the other side. I don't want dice, dice, dice. Adds 1 die. Whenever a new die or dice are created, create an additional standard die. Wilds we could mess around with, but I'm not ready for that either. There is all in. When all lottery faces in a roll are a failure, lose all banked points. the value of all lottery faces will be multiplied by 10. Now, we can't take this yet because we don't yet have the rigged machine passive. We have slot machine, but we don't have rigged machine. So we need to get rigged machine before we get all in. That's very important. I will buy some more obscure passives just to try and increase my general scoring at the moment, though. Did we get more dice yet? 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20... No, wait. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are on exactly 16. So, no. We want 10x more on that center die. Don't need more shop refreshes, don't need rerolls. There is add a die duplicate. This is important. Hopefully it's not too expensive. How expensive are you? 8 million. It's quite expensive. But we're going to buy that and copy our die of all 7, all the 7s. And in an ideal world, we will eventually have 5 of those, so we can take advantage of the Yahtzee 1000 point bonus. Although right now, our rolls are diminishing quickly, which is slightly terrifying. We might have to start re-rolling for the specific things we need now for this strategy. We will keep trying to get this die here up to 99. Otherwise, the rest of this stuff we don't need. If the value of all numeric faces is divisible by 5... If the value of all numeric faces divisible by 5... It's not if. The value of all numeric faces divisible by 5 will be increased by 200%. Yes, that makes absolute sense. I need to learn to read more gooder. Right, I'm not going to get Scavenger at this late stage. Might regret it. There's another duplicate. 33 billion. That is too many rolls for me right now, unfortunately. Numeric reroll chain. On a reroll, if the rerolled face and the previous rolled face are both numerics, the value of the previous rolled face is added to the current face. That has changed, I'm pretty sure. Are we still... No, we did add one more die, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yes, so we can start investing in square quantity bonuses now. I've not seen a 10 times previous roll multiplier yet, which is slightly surprising. The value of all rerolled dice will be increased by 100%. I want it, but I can't shop for 21 billion right now. We need to find the last few pieces of our puzzle. There's what we need. We're just not going to have quite enough rerolls to do it, I don't think. Right, give me a 10 times previous roll bonus. That is going to go right here. Then I would really love both of these, but they're incredibly expensive. I will take another 10x, because that is cheaper. Stick that on there. Then we're going to need to get to a square number of dice. So I'm going to buy these two as much as I don't really like it. I need to find rigged machine. That's the real sticking point of the current strategy. So until we find rigged machine, I'm not going to invest in anything else. Then once we have rigged machine, we can start working on other parts of the puzzle. That's at 98 now, plus this 2, that gets it to 99, that caps out. They keep seeing stuff to buy, and I'm bad. Sure, please don't let there be any 99s on that. There are not. Alright. Rigged machine, where are you? 800% lottery bonuses. I need it, but I can't afford it because our earning potential is not high enough. Just want rigged machine. That's all I want. That's all in again. All in is not rigged machine. It's the wrong way round. This is some like cruel joke that rigged machine has been removed from the game. So much good stuff I can't afford. There's all in again. We definitely don't have rigged machine, do we? We definitely don't. There it is. 111 billion. I'm going to have many regrets, aren't I? I'm going to have many regrets. Alright, we have the rigged machine. Now, we need to move a 50% chance at 100 from the other dice that had one. There it is. To that face there. And then I need one more of those. Or we can just buy one. 77, all the 7s, goes right there. Now our scoring, I hope, is going to go wild. And we can start focusing on buying just whatever else we can to assist us at this late stage. Can we get to 407 billion really fast? Yes, we can. That's good. Give me another one of those. Right, we need 4 more dice total. Obviously, everything now in the shop gets way more expensive because we just earned so many points in that last roll. Square quantity bonus, 200% more. Yes. So we have 1, 2, 3 of those. We need one more, and then this one here makes the Yahtzee when it's rolled. So we need one more of those. How much is 2.8 trillion to us in the grand scheme of things right now? Not very much at all, as it turns out. So we can buy one of those. Now, every time we roll 7, 7, all the 7s, it will be a Yahtzee. What else do we want / need at this late stage? I would love... I need to put a 50% chance at 100 on this die, I think, given the opportunity. Don't want any of that. Double highest die. Absolutely, that's kind of really important to the cause. I'm going to move... There's a spare one somewhere, isn't there? There it is. I'm going to put that over there. Then let's get doubles bonus. Why not? Is there anything else we want to move? We need to get 3 more dice. I don't think I'm going to be able to really do that with cloning stuff to any great success. So we'll just buy whatever's cheap that we can find to fill those gaps. Could duplicate something, though I don't know what we would duplicate to help us entirely. I'd love to make a whole die of 10 times previous roll multipliers, but I think it's just a bit too late for it. Because we are not rolling super consistently, although it was only one more roll off there. Put that on here. Is that the best place for it? No, we could probably clone something else better somewhere. Stick it on there. Then 411, is that trillion? Don't think we can afford 211. I guess we can just about wait on that. Give me a copy of this. And then we just need one more random die. I say random, I don't mean random. Copy something again, but I don't need a copy. I just want a plain, boring, bog standard die. I've probably rolled past something that I wanted to utilize. I'll take another die of all 77s, that's fine. Right, now there's a bunch of passives we have not been able to get our hands on in this whole process. So let's now take our opportunity, now that we're at our 25 square die bonus, see which ones we can find to pick up at this point. Triples plus 200%. I don't think that's going to help us as much as a lot of other stuff will. Single group 300% will, because we have one Yahtzee, so when we roll one Yahtzee, that Yahtzee will be worth way more points. Don't need BOGO, don't need wild adjacency multipliers. No 99s plus 200%. I will just triple check that we don't have any 99s. Oh, we're not going to get anywhere near my best scores. 1.199 to buy that. Factor 50 multiplier will double the value of all of our dice, because 50 divided by 25 is 2. Unfortunately, just a bunch of the stuff that we haven't been able to get, like no weights 200%, 800% lottery bonus. Are we going to be able to find that real fast? There it is. 9.7 million, billion, trillion, 9 quadrillion. Is that how the nomenclature goes? But no chance we're getting that. We didn't even get into the exponents. I'm disappointed in myself. I don't know if something fundamental changed that I'm unaware of, or whether I just did a terrible job of building up this grid of numbers. But in any case, that is my first attempt on the new patch. Let's see how we do in the leaderboards. 49th. Yeah, gonna need some work, but there'll be plenty of time for that. But for now, thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you have any ideas of builds or interesting ideas you would like to see attempted with a reasonable, hopefully, execution, do put them down in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.